Is Janet from another planet? 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 Is Janet from another planet?
The opinions you're about to hear on this show are strictly those of the panel.
Today's digital landscape with the spread of false information can lead to dangerous outcomes. It's crucial for everyone to think critically and verify sources and reflect on the impact of what they share. Let's promote responsible communication to ensure that truth prevails and actions remain rooted in reality.
The following program is rated TV MA LSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the show. And tonight I have Omerglitch. And
hello.
Going to share with all of us his information about his YouTube channel and his artwork and what motivated him and, all that great stuff. So I want to thank him for joining me tonight. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. And because I told you a while back that I would love to, get you on and pick your brain.
Yeah.
So, well, great. I'm glad you joined me. And hi, Bone. Thank you for joining me. Let's say hi to everyone in the chat real quick. Now,
Absolutely.
Jackie is one of my wrenches. She came in earlier, but she's got to work. So, but I just want to say thank you to her. And hi, baby girl. She's one of my regulars. And then you said hello.
Yeah, I thought you were calling me baby girl for a while. And I was like, feeling special. I was like, all right, I'm baby girl tonight. Let's go.
No, but I just want to say thank you to everybody. I try to highlight a few names here. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Omen Screaming Graven. Hello.
Yeah, they're coming from my chat.
Great. Awesome.
You're getting glitch glazed tonight, Janet. Glitch glazing tonight. Glitch graders in the chat. Say hello. Sorry.
Well, it's all right. Hey, it's great. I just want you to be yourself and let people get to know you. And hopefully we'll get a few more people to go check out your artwork and stuff. So that's what I'm hoping. So you never know. But yeah, thank you. I was going to share a couple things in here. But what I wanted to find out, what motivated you in the beginning to even start to draw?
Well, when I was a kid, I was pretty retarded. So I didn't learn. I went to a private school, and it was Montessori learning. And my parents wanted me and my sister and my little brother to be like affluent and not be stuck in this like Latin, Hispanic, Mexican tradition thing, because my parents were somewhat educated, right? And they knew that being successful in the U.S. meant knowing how to speak English and being able to get along with all types of people, and not just your Mexican neighborhood kids and cousins from the barrio, right? So Um, so they put us in this private school with a bunch of white kids, Asian kids, and it was Montessori taught, right? So
Yeah.
when I was in first and second grade, I never learned how to read, and I always loved looking at the picture books and the puzzles, and I loved coloring. And so when we finally moved over to my grandmother's town, because we used to live in the town next to her town, which was so I let me explain first. I'm in deep South Texas, right along the border next to Mexico. The biggest city is a huge metropolitan city called Reynosa, Mexico, and Tamaulipas, Mexico, and it's
Mhm.
over by where SpaceX is, where Brownsville, Texas, and South
Okay.
Padre Island. So that's where I'm at. I'm like 45 minutes away from Brownsville, in an area closer to called McAllen, Texas, which is we have a lot of super white names for the cities, um, because they were founded by industrialist white guys, which is fine. It's not it doesn't matter. It's not a thing. I mean, we're predominantly, I think, 80 to 90% Hispanic, Latin, Mexican here, anyways. But all the white
Mhm.
people control all the monies here, which is great. It's fine. Uh, but we all get along, right? There's no like nobody cares here about any kind of racism or any we like there's very few black people, but nobody cares. Like we don't care at all. We don't care about the white people. We don't care about the black people. We barely even care about each other. So
Well, see, I
and
grew up
everybody just
on the Air Force bases because I was an Air Force brat, and
uh-huh.
we had all races, Asian, white, Hispanic, blacks
Yeah, like everybody just
and
gets along.
Filipinos, and nobody treated anybody differently that I can remember in school. When you
Yeah.
got picked on in school, it was because you either wore glasses or you had a lot of pimples or you were fat, that
Or
kind of
you're
stuff.
a prick, or you're a prick.
Yeah, or you're an ass, that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. No one really picked on anyone that I remember because of their skin tone. So,
Right.
because we were
There's
all
a
because we were all military kids. So
right.
I don't know. I grew up with not a lot of racism. Mine
Right.
was
The
all
first girl
you're
I ever kissed
they made fun of me.
was the first girl I ever kissed was in first grade, and it was this cute little white girl named Shannon. So
Uh-huh.
I got bitten by the white bug a long time ago. I like them white to glow in the dark, Janet.
Yep.
But
Well,
anyways, real quick, Joe asked for a question. What up? Is that a Procreate and the iPod?
yeah.
iPad,
Uh-huh.
yes,
Yes.
absolutely, yes. The answer is yes.
So you
Uh,
do. That's one of the questions I was gonna ask later is what do you do digital art too? Or do you
yeah,
just draw?
I do everything, painting, drawing. So, real quick, so back to my story as a kid. Um,
Mhm.
I I uh, I didn't learn how to read. So when I went into regular public school, because we moved towns, I would have to go during reading hour back to kindergarten to learn how to read, all the way
Mhm.
up until like fifth grade, I think. And then finally, I was getting close to my reading level, so I could stay in the same class, and I wouldn't have to go back down to the lower classes to learn how to read. But every summer till I was in eighth grade, I went to summer school for reading, and my mom put me in private like tutoring lessons to learn how to read. And
Mhm.
thank God she did, for all the kicking and screaming. It was worth it. So eventually I got through college, but I failed once, so I went back again to get a master's so I could be a cool kid. And I've got two college degrees now. I have a master's in
Great.
painting and drawing with a
Mhm.
minor in sculpture, and I've got an undergrad degree in art. I was an art teacher for 15 years, but I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it, and COVID made it far worse. And I can't stand the
Oh.
kids, and I can't stand the teaching industry. That
Mhm.
now I just want to do my own thing, and that's why I'm focusing on my comic and making arts. And I want to be my own boss. I'm tired of listening to other people and
Well, you're
all the
really good.
nonsense.
Everything I've seen that you've
Oh,
done
thank
when I've
you.
stopped in on your streams, it's very unique and interesting. So I think that you're well on your way. You definitely don't need anyone to teach you how to draw or anything from what I've seen. But
Well,
yeah, somebody had what was it? Joe's Atmosphere has said something about a video or something that you have.
Let's see here.
Time lapse video. If you
Let's
have that
see.
on your channel, I can go to it.
Yeah,
'cause
I've got a lot of time lapse videos. Yeah, in the early days of YouTube, I would make pre-recorded time lapse videos because that was the thing for a little bit, but it never really caught on. And I really hate editing video. I hate it. Like I like the end result, but getting there is so tedious. And before I started doing live videos, I had about 200 edited videos. I would do like little intros for each one
Mhm.
and talk. So if you know what I look like, it's like that icon. I'm just older and fatter and uglier now. But if you watch
This
my
is your channel right here.
yeah.
And I was going to find that little video. Is it on one under videos?
Yeah, if you go under the regular videos, any one of the older ones, well, all of those are pre-recorded. Yeah, any one of those. You'll
So
see
which
me
one?
on the intro.
Down, up, in here?
Let's see, further down. If you let me check here.
Just
If
let
you
me
go
know.
to, like say, the Spider-Man one. There's a Spider-Man one there.
This one right here?
Up and to the left. You'll see Deadpool and then Spider-Man.
Here?
Yeah, that's Deadpool.
Or this
one
one?
right over. Yeah, that one right
This
there.
one? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm pulling it up. Can you see it?
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
gonna make sure everything looks right. All right, because yeah, I can't see the same thing I see here as I can when I'm over there. So I sort of make sure. All right, I'm gonna make sure it's turned up, and we're gonna play your video here so we can see it. And I'm also gonna share your link while people can watch this. Here we go.
Welcome to the channel. I'm Omer, aka Omerglitch, and today I've got this watercolor drawing of this Spider-Man right here. I hope you like the video. If you like my content, please like, share, follow, and subscribe. And if you will, smash that bell button so you can get a little ding ding every time I put up a new video. Also, you can find all my content at Omerglitch, or you can visit my website, garciadesigns.com. Let's move onward to the video. Vujade, enjoy.
Can we talk while this is playing?
Yeah.
Okay, I do want to say that. So when I was doing these videos, this was almost 10 years ago. And a lot of YouTube has changed with these type of what are these called, speed art videos, where people do like story time now on top of them because they gain more traction, right? They let you connect with the audience more. So that is kind of something I kind of wish I did, but I never got into it because
well, you can always go back and revamp your videos and then repost.
That is true. That is true. Yeah.
That's what I would do. I'd go back and voice over them.
Yeah. One of the biggest things, though, is I really like the documentation process of this. More than just being online, just the fact that it's documented somewhere that I created things is fascinating to me. Like, never have we ever in the history of man been able to document every single freaking thing you do online. You know, like online or in real life, you can live stream it and document.
Have you gone back to your school that you were teaching at and went and just some of your stuff to the art department?
So when I was doing these speed art videos, all my students knew about my channel and the art and stuff. But now that I say whatever I want and I don't care, there's no way they would let me talk about my YouTube channel. I cuss way too much and I don't care anymore. So like I probably couldn't even get a teaching job because of it. So maybe at the university level, but it's so woke out there. It's really bizarre. Everything that's happening in teaching. Yeah.
Really
they care too much about things that don't matter.
You're so good.
And there's so much.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's so much bureaucracy and paperwork involved too. And everybody's so worried about getting sued and controversy and kids saying things that they could lie, you know, they do lie, and there's crazy kids out there, but we got to protect them too. I'm not saying they shouldn't be, because they should be.
Yeah.
But
Well, I understand that.
it goes
But
all
I
the
just
way around,
thought,
you know.
you know, I just thought, you know, maybe some students seeing that you were once a teacher and where you were, and as a kid that you decided you wanted to draw, that maybe that would inspire kids that one day they could also be an artist.
Oh, I have a bunch of students that still follow my channel, and they come in and say hi, sir, and some of them still are making art, and they say it's because, you know, I encourage them, and that's awesome. It's always awesome to hear that. Yeah, it's super cool. I always try to draw in front of them too, so they could see that, like, I'm not just a teacher, like I'm an artist too, and that I'm trying to get them to be good or keep trying by example. Like, you don't get this good if you don't try, but keep making stuff, have fun. That was the main thing. Have fun. Here's a bunch of paper, here's a bunch of color pencils, markers, do whatever you want. I'll take it for a grade. You know, if you can't do the assignment, it was always an alternative. Draw something else for me. That's fine.
Yeah, it's just really, really good. Very, very
Thank you,
talented.
Joe.
Yeah, I was
really try to make it about having fun, and not everybody always wanted to have fun because it wasn't their thing, and I got that. You know, some people like sports more, or they didn't want to do anything, you know, and I get that. They wanted to sleep because they had a night job or some kind of weird job after school because they needed to make money for their family. And
right here, serious question for you.
Okay.
What went wrong in education that you were allowed to teach?
What went wrong in education?
I don't know if he's kidding you around with you or what, but that's what it seems like.
Doc's question here. No, COVID, Doc. After COVID, they became so lazy. Like, they didn't want to do a thing. Like, I don't know how anybody got them to do anything. They were just so lackadaisical, and that's even if they came to school. And even my favorite time teaching though was in the beginning, the first 10 years, and then when I was teaching online with COVID, when we had to teach from home. I loved teaching from the internet because all the responsibility was on the parents. And then after the parents of a year of doing that, they were like, no, take them back, become the babysitters. They started calling us all sorts of things, and they wanted us back. But, you know, the kids were just, they were like so used to the internet, and they would just come to class, put on their laptops and try to follow along with video from the teacher being at the desk. Because first it was come back, but don't interact with the students, still work from the computer, and don't get close to each other. Everybody's spread apart. It was so annoying. All the stuff we had to do for COVID, it was so dumb.
Yeah, I know. It was just
COVID ruined a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it hurt a lot of people because
kids
I just
too.
know a lot of people that said that their kids were really far behind when it came to a lot of things because they just didn't have the interaction, the facial expressions. I'm talking about toddlers and stuff. Because of
it happened all the way to high school, Janet. It happened all the way to high school. There were social issues. Kids are so like disconnected. They have really small groups or like just one or two family members. There was so many weird social things that happened, and it's the gamut from little kids to high school kids. Yeah, it was just bizarre. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's all right. He was laughing because what I said, I thought he was he's saying, making fun of you, saying you need to quit or whatever. But I thought he was doing it as a joke. But yeah, he
No, Doc's cool. No, I know Doc. Doc's a good guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
He knows the story. Yeah. What's up, Bone, in the chat?
But yeah, what I was wanting to ask was, when you decided to do your comic book, what was it about your what was going on in your life that made you decide you wanted to do a story? And what is your story about? I mean, what was your character's motivation behind it? You know what I mean? Behind the story that you decided you wanted to tell. And how did you choose your characters and your background, things like that? That's one of the things I wanted to share. Or you just with us.
Right. So my main character is Glitch, and I always have a hard time with stories, only because I want them to be a little bit profound, and I don't want them to sound stupid, as weird as that may sound. So I overcomplicate them. So it's been a long time trying to get this story kind of sorted out of my head, and I like the idea of being a good storyteller, right? Because we all have stories to tell, and like the initial origin of Glitch, the character, it's going to include some semi-autobiographical stuff, like not being able to learn how to read. So I wanted to kind of put some of that in there, and then a little bit of story of my grandfather, because my grandfather was in the Korean War, and he had a big scar on his stomach. And as a little kid, I was like, "Hey, Grandpa, how'd you get that scar?" He goes, "Oh, one of them Koreans, they stabbed me with the bayonet, and they lifted me up, and I shot him, blah, blah, blah." And I always thought that was awesome. He was like this real life G.I. Joe. But later I find out the scar is because he had his gallbladder removed. And I was in high school when I found that out, as opposed to like a 6-year-old little kid. And I was like, oh, that's still an awesome story. So I'm going to tell it like when I was a little kid, thinking he was really awesome. But that's like a little flashback scene that helps Glitch remind him who he is. And yeah, I just like comic books. So when I was a kid growing up, I didn't know how to read, but my mom eventually discovered Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Archie comic books and the local grocery store and one of the corner store gas stations. They had comic book racks, and that's where I would go buy the comic books. And because my mom liked the idea that I was buying comic books because I could read them or learn to read them eventually, they indulged me and let me buy comic books. And my dad was a comic book fan. He liked Thor. He didn't have a huge collection. And all the collection he had, one of my other uncles, which would take everything from everybody else, eventually got them and probably sold them. And he would take all the stuff from all the brothers, because there were 6 of them. And my dad, whatever he left at my grandparents' house, eventually they all went through it and took it all. And he was just like, whatever, I'll just go buy more stuff, because he always had a good job and made pretty decent money, my old man.
Yeah, my dad's the one who inspired me into comic books and into Star Trek. Is where I first started loving sci-fi, is because I'd watch reruns with my dad, because I was the tomboy out of 5 daughters, basically. Yeah. So I can see the inspiration you got, through your dad and your grandpa, which is great. I think most of us do. It's somebody that we really care about or really look up to when we're kids, that we want to emulate somehow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Later on in life, something happens, for the people that start later on, like what happened with you with the whole school thing and COVID. It just all of a sudden something snapped, and you said, well, it's time for me to move on and do something I always wanted to do. And that started your motivation, it seems like. Yeah.
Well, I was ready to do this about 10, almost 15 years ago. And I was just on the cusp of getting ready to publish the book. There was money in the bank account saved up. And then, boom, I got hit with a divorce. And that set everything back. And I just focused on working, right? And then COVID comes, and I'm like, man, I'm sick of this. I can't do it anymore. And so I was like, let me go back. Let me see if I can do this comic book thing. Keep making art. See what happens. Try to make my own business. There's no money in it, but so I may have to at some point get some kind of temp job or something. But money's not a big important.
Well, see, that's the way it is. Almost every person I know that's on YouTube, that does a YouTube or Rumble type thing, they are penniless basically when it comes to what they're doing on these platforms, but they still do it because they love what they're doing with it. I mean, how many people actually get paid to do what they love? Not very many, right? But we still want to do it because I love who I get to meet, who I get to hang with. I've gotten to learn how to play Dungeons and Dragons and do all kinds of wonderful things since I started, getting into all the stuff that I found with my friends from Star Trek, way years ago when I first started. And then I met Doomcock and Gary and Nerdrotic and all these different people from Heels versus Babyface. I started working my way through all that, and it's gotten me to where all of a sudden I just said, well, maybe I could do it. So
yes.
I haven't done anything really, but I've met a lot of great people, and I love doing it. So,
Yeah.
and getting to meet people like you and see the hard work that you guys do. I mean, I would give anything just to be able to draw like you guys. Now I can crochet and do other crafts, but it's still not the same. It's not the same thing as actually putting a pencil to paper or paint to paper and making something that you could make your own book. You know, it's just awesome. I mean, because I just love comic books. I have tons of them. And I go
that's awesome
to get them autographed and stuff. So are you ever gonna do you go to any of these local, gatherings that people have like that and share your work?
I have, yeah. I've done a lot of local cons. I've even done some cons in Austin and San Antonio. But that was like I said, 10 years ago. And I would make make prints and stuff to sell at cons. And the little mini comic I showed you of the glitch, I sold a bunch of those. I mean, it was a small run of 100 prints or so, but yeah. So
very, very good.
But yeah.
And I saw one day when I stopped in on one of your streams, and you had these little tiny cards, and you were flipping through them and showing all these different pictures and stuff. Now, what do you do with those? I mean,
these are artist sketch cards. I sell them right now. I'm doing a giveaway, and the giveaway is trying to get me to 1K subs. So I'm calling it Glitch to 1K. There's I do these little, so I make these little Post-it note cards and I glue them to pieces of cardboard, and they're kind of my like slogans and reminders to shout out either people or phrases to remind people like, share, follow, and subscribe. Join the Discord. Sometimes if there's funny comments in the chat, somebody said cockroaches are picky, and that was Nico Holiday in my chat. Like, what does that mean? I know what he was referring to, but it's just so weird. Sometimes you get really cool things in the chat that people say, and it's just funny. Hit the bell so you don't miss notifications. This is a funny, silly, we love simps, simp for me, and I make stupid voices all the time. Art glitch giveaways, glitch into 1K. That's currently the main phrase right now. And here's my potty break sign. I'll be right back because I gotta go tinkle. And here's one for Rex, shouting out Rex. I will do a card for you. Shout out to Janet. We'll make her a card. And this is
that'd be great. I just love
draw stuff.
It's a great idea.
So so this card thing I learned from there was this girl, I think her name was Michelle, but she used to do like weird live streams. This was in the early I guess late 90s, early 2000s, when people would make their own websites and have like these cams, and they would just show like things they were doing, whether they were making art, and she would do these postcards of like, hey, this is me live, guys, and she would put like the date and the time, and like yeah, check out my live stream, blah blah blah, and like to prove she was a real person. And then she would do little drawings on Post-it notes, and it was just crazy. So I stole the idea from her. Peter aka Pad, go check him out, and Tank Ferrato, check him out. He's 12 subs away from 500 subscribers. We're trying to get him to 500.
Yeah, well, that's all we can do is help each other,
Absolutely.
Every time I came in there, I said, "Hey, you guys send me a message so I can set up have you come on my show," because I'm always looking for really cool stuff to talk about on Thursday nights. Because to me, this is the truth. You know what I'm saying? These are real people, real things that are going on in people's lives, and I think it's great. Oh my goodness. This is the first one I've ever had. Thank you so much.
All right. Hey, we're
awesome. That is really good to see that you got that. You got a gifted membership. That is really good. Because it's for your channel.
It's my channel. Thanks, Rev. Yeah.
But it lit up on my thing. I've never had it do that before.
Oh, okay. Rev, you won. Speaking of Rev, who just super chatted, you won the contest today. Go check the Discord. Pick out the art you want. So we're doing glitch giveaways every week. I'm giving away art.
Let me see. Do I have your Discord? No, I don't have it. Can you share your Discord in the chat?
Yeah, I'll drop it in there.
Or in my private chat, and I can share it. But this other thing that I wanted to ask you about was you shared with me your website, and I'm going to bring it up real quick.
Cool.
It
Thank
says
you.
Garcia Designs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to open this really quick and let everybody see it, and I'll share it in the link. So talk to us about this, and I'm going to share the link for everybody.
Thanks. So GarciaDesigns.com or KillerPencilComics.com is going to be the repository of everything that is me. I talk about the YouTube channel. You can find all my social media channels. As a matter of fact, the Discord is there, I think, on the website there. If you want to copy paste that, let me share it here, and I'll share it with you too. But what else? There's a bunch of art on there. I'm going to eventually put some artwork for sale. I'm trying to create a mailing list that you can sign up so that I can keep building a mailing list. So if anything ever happens to any of the social medias, I'll be able to get a hold of people, and you'll be able to see, you know, whatever I'm doing. Ultimately, it's the repository for if you need something, you can get a hold of me via the website almost all the time, via my email, or at some point I'll put some kind of there's a contact thing there. So I'm going to put a filling. So you could just send me a straight email from the website. So even if you don't know my email address, which is there at the very top, and anybody can email me or DM me. So
this is a really good drawing you have on here too.
Thank you.
What do you do, and how does it just pop into your head and you visualize it? Your choice in your colors for your background, because I remember watching a show, years ago, about why they use purple and greens and different things to pull out different things in the older comic books. Because I think it was a show. I'm trying to remember. It was on YouTube that I watched it. But so, what motivates you to use certain colors?
So I do have a degree in painting, and just famous art, but there's a push and pull between colors, right? Color theory. The quickest one is warm colors, anything from yellow to red orange or yellow orange. Light green, yellow green is all the warm colors. Everything from blue to yellow blue are the cool colors. So use those to contrast. But when it comes to painting, usually purples and yellows have the highest contrast. So when you pit them against each other, you create the highest value shift. And when you do that in artwork with markers, especially, or even with paint, depending how you're painting or watercoloring, you'll create the greatest sense of shade and shadow without having to do a lot of work, without a lot of modulation and rendering, as opposed to like doing it black and white. Especially if you're kind of just dealing with transparent colors like watercolors or markers, and that's physical media. But then you can apply that to digital, and you get this hyper popping artwork that is very familiar with like anime and manga. I think modern comic books are kind of doing a little more of that and shifting over into those kind of color scales. But yeah, it's just that's a quick. The quick of it.
I wanted to share with you this Gothic Angel. I'm highlighting their post. It says that I love that you invited Omar on. He deserves the spotlight, and I think so too. I've been trying to get us to connect, to have you come on the show for a little while. So I'm finally glad it really worked out. And I was really worried because I was going, he's cutting it close. I'm worried he's not going to show up. But I'm so glad you did. But yeah, you've got quite a few things on here. It says contrast, Janet. That would be my guess. Of course, I'm a rookie with color. Yeah. So there's a lot of good stuff.
It creates contrast and depth. The like purple and creates a shadow, and the yellow/yellow white color creates highlights. So
yeah, I just love it. But I love red, white, and blue. I don't know why, but to me it's patriotic. Even if the cartoon isn't even about America, to me it's patriotic. I guess because of me growing up as a military brat, I just associate red, white, and blue. As you can tell, and tonight I'm wearing a Tom and Jerry shirt, but I love red and white. I love blues. They're some of my favorite colors, and I wear them a lot. Now I do wear a lot of black, but you know, that's your own personality coming out when you do different things like that. But besides the story that you have behind it, are you getting any help with helping your story to actually write it? Are you using AI to help you get along with your story to like push it along? Is it going to be like a 6 issues? How are you going to do your first comic when you do come out with it?
So I already have about 60 or 70 pages drawn for the Glitch comic book, and I've had them for years, or like about 10 years. So I just need to paint them up. I never got around to coloring them because life gets in the way. But yeah, I just need to go back and paint them, and I have a loose script idea already, and I feel confident in my writing. I mean, I did have to write a thesis and all this for grad school, so I think the writing's coverable in the sense of scripting the comic book. I just wanted to be cohesive, and I'm always trying to make it sound a little heady and a little bit philosophical. And I wanted to have a larger scope that anybody could kind of attach themselves or kind of connect with it. There you go. That's what I was looking for. But I don't want it to sound totally like pompous or arrogant or, you know, over highfalutin kind of thing. Still grounded. So at some point I will have somebody read it, but it's just kind of more grammatical and overall sense of what they feel about it. But and I'm willing to change and edit anything, because editing is part of writing, and you just have to read it over and over and over again, read it out loud, especially if you have conversations happening where people are talking. When it comes to comic books, you have to read things out loud, because the way people talk is very different than just writing how you think they talk. Yeah, so
well, the
preach at Omer, says Joe.
I want to say to you is this: so many people I know that are very artistic when it comes to painting, sculpting, all the different types of art. When the one person like yourself is the only one really involved in the decision process, they never get done, because they're never going to be happy with what they do themselves. That's why it's good for you to have other people that you trust, you know, like the group of people that I see working with, that will say, hey, that's perfect. Don't do anything else to it. That type of thing, because it'll keep you from just overdoing it and doing it and doing it and never finishing it.
Right,
So,
that is true. I got a few guys that will be on my ass once it happens. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs, because I think that's a good indicator of the ratio of potential buyers. At 1,000, that kind of shoot for about maybe 70 people that'll be interested, and then it could straggle along. I really would love to have 100 people, and that's kind of the amateur goal at the moment. I put my Discord in the chat there, so I hope that's okay.
Are you also gonna like maybe use like one of these things I see people doing? What is it? Somehow you set it up to where fund you or GoFundMe? Or something like
Indiegogo, Fund My Comic, and Kickstarter. Yeah, I want to try all of them.
Okay, good. I would love to have you back on the show once you get that set up. If you have time and stuff. And also I have
I would love to be back,
that are writing their own games, you know, for DD, Finder, that type of thing. And they have it up on Patreon.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I want to push my Patreon, but I just don't know how to do that with like exclusive videos or what. There's just so much you can do, right? Like there's so many options out there that you just have to push through and do it, right? To succeed.
I have a Patreon myself, and I have the lowest tier is just if you read the description, because I have 3 tiers. It's just to help me pay my way. That's all it is. It's just to help me pay for my internet, or you know, just little things like that, so I can keep doing what I'm doing. And most of those
that's a good idea.
They're happy with just me constantly. Everything that I do on all the different channels, I put it all on my Patreon, so they can go to one place to get everything and see everything that I'm doing. So that might, you know, give you an incentive. But what I recommend you do is go to Patreon and look at other people that are doing similar things that you are doing, and just see what they're offering. You know, that kind of thing.
I do have a Patreon. It's just I never talk about it. I have Patreon. It's at Omerglitch. It's the same thing. You can find it, but there's nothing set up yet. And I've been, and yes, you're right. That's exactly what I do. I look at other people that are successful, and I try to copy it 100% on everything. I steal everything from everybody. It's already out there. We don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Because it's still yours.
A little research.
It's yours.
Oh yeah. Right. But you do a little research.
You're researching for yourself, and you take a little this, a little that. You know, it's like a grandma used to do when she'd make a certain meal. You know, she'd take a pinch of this, pinch of that. Oh, my grandma told me this was good, so she tries that, and she makes her own, but with a little bit of help from everybody. See, and that's how you got to look at it, because you deserve it. Look at that. Look at that drawing. That was you that did that. Nobody else did that. So you can start praising yourself, saying, I am successful. Look what I've done. Look at all this wonderful stuff that I've done. And it makes people smile. If people didn't come to your live streams and talk about it and want to see this or that and what's going on, you know, then you would know that you probably need to work a little harder, but people are coming and people are noticing. So you just got to get your stuff out where people can see it. That's the most important. And
thank Carrie in the chat. Carrie, hi. Real quick, Janet, you're absolutely correct. I have a blast on YouTube, and I hope that comes across more than anything else. Although out of all the nonsensical stuff I talk about or say, it's about the art, making cool images, hoping that people like them, and there's something cool you can attach to or get from looking at the images. And the commentary I make on top of while drawing is just trying to be funny and silly, because the world is so full of negativity out there, and life is hard, right? So if you come to watch my channel, I hope it's a little bit of escapism and a little bit of fun, right? Because you don't come to my channel to listen to all about my problems and feel more depressed. I don't want you to depress. I want you to be a little bit happy. And hopefully, if you watch one of my videos and you have a little bit of a smile, or you said, hey, that image is cool, I watched it for 10 minutes, I feel a little bit better, and go off for the rest of your day with a little bit of a smile, I did what I intended to do on YouTube. I just trying to make some lulls and cool art.
Yeah, and this is his X page. So if you're watching on X and you want to follow someone who's awesome, that has got tremendous talent, and share it with others, I'd really, really appreciate that, because he is very talented, and I would love to see his comic be very successful, because I love comics, and some young kid is going to grab one of these and want to keep reading them because they're inspiring. And that's what I'm hoping to see out of it. So, but I'm going to share this link too I've shared it earlier, but I want to share it again now that people can see it, because that's the whole thing. It's being able to see you in all your different genres, wherever you're at, because someone might not I'm not on Facebook. So when people share their Facebook stuff, I'm like, oh, that's great, but I'm not getting back on it again. I had a bad experience there, and I don't like Facebook. But other people that
I don't like Facebook either. I don't like, so my Facebook account got hacked. It's such a pain in the butt, and I'm just like, I made a new one only to really keep in touch with family, so I can see what they're doing, and they can see what I'm doing or whatever. But I was just using it for art mainly. Like I could care less about any of the social stuff over on Facebook. Facebook is blah blah.
I just can't stand the guy who runs it and who owns it. So, I can't feel good about giving him money or helping him get more money from people viewing my information or whatever. I just feel uncomfortable with it, and I can't stand them. I'm not going to help them. So I deleted it. It took a while too. I just slowly went through and started taking every single thing off, and then putting stuff like Bill Clinton wearing the blue dress, stuff like that in place of the stuff I deleted, because you leave an impression every time you put anything online. So once you take something off, you have to put something in its place. But, that type of thing. At least that's how I was told to clean off my stuff. And what's funny is I haven't had anything over there since 2020, basically. And I still get emails saying someone's trying to log into your Facebook account. So I
Yeah,
think
those are hackers. Yeah, that's the Indians trying to scam people in America.
they're everywhere.
Yep.
Terrible, isn't it?
Jeez. Yeah. Yeah. It's so
Um,
annoying.
so is there
But
anything else that you've got coming up that you want to share with the viewers of what's like new streams you might be having or different things that you have going on that people might need to know about?
sure, I stream. I stream every day in the afternoon just for funsies. Let's see. Anywhere between 12 and 3, I'll stream. I try not to stream over Rex at 4 because I watch him religiously because he's one of my buds.
Yeah.
I'm currently his number one probably viewer. The year in review for 2025 with YouTube said that I was in his I was 0.01% of his number one followers.
Mhm. Yeah, I can
So
believe it. I just Rex is fun. He's a lot of fun.
yeah, but I'm trying not to be because I can't be the only one, guys.
Well,
So
I had Rex on the show a few times, and I'm trying to get him more involved in with me on the Friday Night Shit Show. But he's had some few things going on with his pet,
yeah,
and
his dog
so
Abby.
like just like you said earlier, life happens, and we have to work around that. I'm not going to get mad at someone because they have things going on in their life.
Right.
I do. I have the same stuff going on in my life too. So, I can't do everything I want to do, but I try. And all we can do is just make an effort. And
yeah. You got all those chickens, don't you? You got to watch out for them foxes.
I'm down to 3 now. I've had a KO.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm going to have them locked up because we have that storm coming. That's why I'm wearing these snowflakes. But we have a big storm coming, and it's going to almost the whole state of Arkansas is like, getting sleet, ice, snow. It's going to be bad. I don't even know if Rex is going to get a lot. He's probably just going to get only snow.
Yeah. Well, prayers for all you all up north. Yeah. We don't get any of that except once every 10 years we'll get like maybe an inch to half an inch of snow, and it'll maybe the last time it happened was in like 2010, and it did stay on the ground for like half a day, and it was like barely an inch.
South.
yeah.
So I'm in the Ozark area of Arkansas, in the foothills area, and we're supposed to get. It started off saying we were going to get like 11 inches of snow, and then it changed a little bit. You're going to get sleet and snow, and then back to snow, and now back to sleet and snow. So until it hits, I'm not going to even really know what we're getting.
Yeah. Now, do you guys prepare? Like, do you have like a wood stove to burn wood, or are you like all electric and gas?
I don't use it as much, but I do have wood, and I have a wood stove. But if I lose power, I have a camping stove. So I don't have to have all the other stuff. Plus, I have guns. I can shoot squirrel or whatever if it takes months for me to get food or whatever. Who knows? But I don't think it's anything like that. But yeah, people in Tornado Alley are usually have food storage and water, and a generator and things like that. So now I'm right in Tornado Alley. So. Last
time we had a small like tropical depression that was it was a hurricane out in the Gulf, and then it turned into a tropical depression. But it took out the power here maybe like 2 years ago, and we didn't have power for a week, and people were freaking out. Me and my sister, because I live with my sister, she had a little generator. I freaking threw it out front, turned it on, and so it could run the refrigerator so the food wouldn't go bad. But we love camping. We were raised camping. My grandfather and my dad and my mom, I mean, they were awesome. My parents were always really supportive. My grandparents were super supportive on both sides of the family of me doing art and all this stuff. But we used to go camping every year for about 10 years, and we know how to rough it. We grew up poor initially. So when we used to live with my grandmother, when I moved from second grade to third grade to another city, we moved to my grandmother's house, and she had an outhouse. Her house was so old. It was built in the late 1800s, 1890s. but they didn't have indoor plumbing, and they just had an outhouse, and we had a well for a long time. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about the well. We had to actually like use a bucket to bring up the water from a well, and we would use that, and then we'd heat it up on the stove, and then we'd take it to a room that was like a shed, but we use it as the like literally a bathing room, right? And we had a big tub with the big aluminum, we call them baños, right? And it was a big tub, metal tub, and we would take cup baths, right? And that was for like the first till I was like maybe like 10, 11 years old. And we had an outhouse which was with a hole in the ground that you went to go use, right? And it wasn't until like I was 10 or 11 that the county, then they took all the colonias out in the barrios, and they said you have to have like a septic unit and you have to have indoor plumbing. So at that point, my uncles made a bathroom for my grandma's house that attached to it, and they got rid of the hole and put in a septic tank and incorporated a bathroom and all that. So crazy stuff. So
know people in Arkansas that still have outhouses.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a different. You just do it, right? You just figure out how to live, and it's not even a big deal. And we never talked about it, but I only talk about it now in nostalgia. And there were good times, there were good memories. So we would go camping, so we know how to rough it. We could sleep outside. We don't care, like it's the only thing down here is heat, right? It's so freaking hot. But I've always got like two 5-gallon jugs of water. I'm sorry.
Do you have high humidity there?
Oh yeah. The humidity is always between 80 and 90 to 120. I mean, it's.
Yes, I have relatives in Nevada and in Arizona, and they die when they come here. They just think they're dying. They said it's like I'm swimming.
I'm sweating. I'm sweating all the time.
I go to Vegas on to hang out or for a vacation or whatever, and you're like, wow, this hot. I mean, even though it's 114, it doesn't seem the same, because when you come here, it's like people don't realize in the South where it's humid, like in Louisiana, it's like getting out of the shower and just putting your clothes on.
Yeah, and you're sticky all day.
Yeah,
you start moving.
Can't understand what that's like. It's terrible, but you just get used to it. I don't know how we do. I mean, you just get used to not having nice hair. You just always gonna be in a ponytail, or you stay inside all day. Like you don't go outside at all. If you have air conditioning, there's still a lot of people who don't have air conditioning too. They just have fans or whatever. You just get used to it. Because I remember getting ready for high school, and I had 4 sisters, and we had one bathroom. So my dad would use the bathroom outside all the time because, the tree or whatever. But I remember trying to get ready, and my 2 sisters, the one above me and one below me, they would have to have their hair perfect, so they'd spend an hour in there, it seemed like. So I just put my hair in a ball cap, and just a t-shirt and jeans go to school, because who wants to stand in there for an hour fixing your hair when as soon as you go out with it, it's just going to be all
poofs up.
Or kinky because of the humidity. But but the thing is,
curly hair
is that I see so much talent that you have, and I am praying that somebody's going to see it and say, wow, this guy's good, we need to help him with his comic book or whatever. Because I mean, you got to remember, people like us that like this stuff, one day, who would have ever thought that comic book would be a feature film, a famous TV show, things like that? Who would have ever thought that years and years ago? Well, guess what? If you go back in my lifetime and look at all the movies that Marvel and DC have made, they've made more money than any other movies that I can think of.
Absolutely.
Based on our nerd stuff, you know what I mean?
Right. They crushed Star Wars. They crushed Star Trek. Yeah.
Because it's good shit. I mean, I hate to say it. I'm looking around my room. I got Wolverine. I got Mobius. I got, I just got tons of stuff because I love Morbius and Wolverine and Deadpool. Those are they're all anti-heroes, basically, is what you think of. But they're my 3 favorite comic books, and I've got tons of them. But I also love Star Trek. So when I go to certain things, I dress up and, go meet certain people or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's all because we love comic books. Even Star Trek had comics.
Yeah,
So
they did.
to
Yeah.
see you be successful and see you go from you know, you're humble being a teacher and trying to teach other kids about art, and now you using what you were trying to teach someone else to actually do something where you can actually make some money off of it. I'm really in your wheelhouse, because I really want to see you be successful, because I think it's great. I wish I had the talent, but
yeah.
I really.
Well, you have other talents, and you're out there doing it, and that's always encouraging
I just
too.
do what I can, but I like it. You know, I enjoy myself. I love dressing up in cosplay. I love doing the movie reviews with Bruce. When I first started playing Pathfinder, when I first got invited to join their team, because I always wanted to play, but I never got to, traveling in the military. Then I got to do that. I was dressing up. And when I was on Bear's thing as Whisper, I used to wear the pointy ears and the little blonde wig as a gnome when I was playing on his game. So I love it. I think it's great. I wish more people could find out how much fun it is to have 50 wigs and make costumes, stuff like that. I just love it. You know, I enjoy
the cosplay stuff is amazing. Those of you that make costumes and stuff, I think it's like really crazy, but very, very beautiful, and it's a talent of its own, and it's awesome that you can encompass and become kind of that character. That's fascinating.
I think it's great. And, you know, I got lots of fake glasses, because see, there's no glass in it. I can wear different glasses. I got tons of different ones. I've got tons of wigs. It's just that funny how men love blondes. I mean, whenever I wear a blonde wig, I get tons of compliments. But when I just be myself, you know, it's like, well, yeah. Right. But the thing is, if we help each other by sharing our information with each other and getting it out there, you know, and bounce off each other, I think, you know, you'll have friends for life, basically. Right. At least I hope I do.
Right, right. You got to try to stay positive too. It's a grind, but you got to have fun and have a lot of positivity, and try to be a little bit entertaining and funny, because this is a visual and auditory medium. Not just a visual medium, it's auditory too. And I think a lot of people forget that. You gotta try to encourage your audience and interact with them too, with the chat. Like, the chat is king. They are the be all end all of making anything good happen on this space. So as much as you can interact with them and pull them in, and it is trying to build something. I mean, I know people say, you know, oh, you're selling out your subs, whatever, you're trying to grow your channel. Dude, I'm trying to build something. And if you ain't on the same path as me, you need to get out of my way and not talk to me, because you're negative energy, and I don't need it, and I don't care, and I don't want to be around it, you know? If there's any jealousy involved, there's so many friends that I'm trying to build up with me, so that we're all on a similar level at some point. But you know, there's going to be stragglers, and if you ain't pulling up enough on your part in your own channel, because I'm not somebody to tell you what to do on your channel. I may suggest things that may help, but you own your own channel. Do whatever you want. You know, do the best you can.
That's the thing.
That's what we're all trying to do.
I went to Clobby's channel every Saturday and would do the whole Star Trek thing. And I loved Clobby. He was awesome. And what's so sad is, it was until I was in Arkansas and I started talking to Clobby on YouTube that I found out he had a shop right near where I used to live in New Orleans. Oh, wow. So it's like, it was really sad, but now he's passed away, and it's just, it's heartbreaking. But I'm so thankful for the little bit of time that I did get to hang out with him and stuff online and talk Star Trek, because it's one of my favorites. And you know, you can.
I bet you're not liking the new Star Trek, are you, Janet?
No.
Jeez.
But the thing is, you can build relationships on here, just like you just said. You have your friends on, they all draw, and you all talk and you share. And then if you each go on each other's shows, things like that, you help boost each other. And that's what's important. It's having good, stable friends that understand what you're doing, understand you as a person, and want to help you and be supportive for it. Just like you said, they'll tell you, hey, you've been on that one thing you've done enough. It looks great. Let's move on to the next thing, to keep you in line. And that's important. And I think we all deserve good friends and people that actually give a crap, about what we're doing.
Yeah, and have similar goals, right? Like we're all in this to try to make something of ourselves, and if we can pull other people up with us, and they can pull us up too. I mean, come on, let's help each other. Otherwise, step aside, please. We don't need negative energy and negative comments. And
we don't.
I mean, you're gonna get trolls. I mean, that's eventually gonna happen, but
But we have enough negative energy around us every day. All you gotta do
every day, yeah.
So
coming back to that, the world is full of it's very hard. But life is tough sometimes. And
have you seen the new He-Man trailer?
I haven't seen it all. I saw a preview of it. I think like the 30-second one, but I haven't watched it.
I will have to go watch it. But see right here on my little see my little He-Man right here.
Pull it up. Let's watch it. If you haven't watched it, I'd love to watch it with you.
I haven't seen it. I've never seen it before. I'd have to go dig it out somewhere. But I'm not that good at doing it. I usually have all my stuff already lined out.
Oh, okay. Sure. No problem. No problem.
But I want to say thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me
tonight. And because it's Tuesday, I just do it an hour show on my Thursday show. But I would love to have you on again. If anything new, like if you add something to where you're gonna try to do like a GoFundMe or anything like that, let me know. I'd love to have you come back and talk about your GoFundMe, what's on there, what tiers you have, all that stuff. I would love to have that.
Yeah, that's just a real quick thing, if I may. Coming back around to getting any kind of sponsorship or opening Patreon or Ko-Fi or even get monetized on YouTube.
Yeah.
Do it all, people. Do it all. Like, let people love you. And if they want to give you money for it, for being online or making videos or whatever little joy you bring them, if they want to send you $2, give free membership or whatever, it's their prerogative. Don't hate on others because they get to do it and you can't and you want to. But look, just watching and subscribing and checking out all the social media and following people, that's a lot already too. And that's welcomed as well. Like, don't feel like you can't give monetary value to anybody you really enjoy watching on YouTube or any social media, Don't be a hater.
I just shared all your links that I had again. The thing is, just by going and subscribing to his channel is going to help, because it's going to help boost the algorithm when he does go live and when he does post videos, and that helps. And on any of his other platforms, like if you're already on X, why not follow him on X? Give him a boost over there. So if you're on the other apps, why not go for it? It's not going to cost you a dime. So just do it, and you never know what you might see.
Thanks for having me on, Janet.
I'm so thankful you came on. You're so talented, and I want to see you be successful. And I want to thank you because you came on and boosted my channel by me having somebody so talented be able to come on and share some of their wonderful artwork. And the fact that if you do get a comic book, I'm definitely going to be standing in line to get it autographed.
It'd be my pleasure.
Get it out there. But thank you very much.
Special variant, Janet.
And thank you so much, everyone in the chat, for hanging out with us tonight. We had 52 people that I remember earlier through all the different networks we're on, and I really appreciate it because that's 52 more people that we wouldn't have had if we hadn't done it at all. Right?
Yeah.
So that's how you have to look at it. But thank you so much. And you guys have a wonderful evening. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow night. At least come in and say hi to me for the Friday Night Shit Show. I really appreciate it.
Good time. Yeah. It's always a good time.
Yep. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.